TSA has been cracking down on medication in 2025. Last month alone, TSA bins in Atlanta swallowed 2,000 prescription bottles. That's a record. The highest numbers seen since the new fall 2025 enforcement officially kicked in. If your pills aren't packed exactly right, you could be next. You don't want to be that person. Stay tuned for the next 6 minutes. This guide will help you walk through that checkpoint with zero surprises, no headaches, and all your meds safely in tow. Let's make sure your journey is as smooth as your takeoff. The first rule, and one you should never, ever bend. Every single pill, every precious drop of liquid, inhaler, injector, or patch rides with you in the personal item that stays under the seat in front of you. Never in the overhead bin, and definitely never in your checked luggage. Think about it. Picture a gate check tag landing on a traveler's roller bag in Denver, just a standard carry-on. But inside, his insulin. The flight attendant hands him a pink tag, telling him it's plainside claim in Minneapolis. It was minus 20 degrees there that day. That's a medical emergency waiting to happen. The deal is this: keep it on your person, or in a backpack that never leaves your sight. Everything else? That's negotiable. Your health isn't. Secure your backpack strap seat side and keep all medications within easy reach. If boarding gets hectic, your essentials stay safe and accessible. Quick check. Passport, documentation sleeve, and pill planner, then breathe and keep moving confidently. Now, everyone knows the dreaded 3-1-1 rule for liquids, right? But here's the good news. Liquid meds are exempt from that pesky 3.4-ounce limit. Big win. However, the new rule memo says you absolutely declare them out loud before that belt even starts moving. It's not enough to just have them in a bag. You have to speak up. When you get to the scanner, address the officer and say clearly, "I have medically necessary liquids over the limit." Then, and only then, pull them out in a separate, clear, quart-sized bag. This isn't just a suggestion. It's a requirement to help the screeners identify them quickly and avoid delays. If you're carrying more than 70 ounces total, or have complex medical liquids like specialized nutritional formulas, file a TSA, CARES notice 72 hours ahead of time. Do it online and screenshot that confirmation. They'll meet you at the lane, no extra fee, no drama. A few minutes of planning can save you a world of trouble. Smooth checkpoint flow. Declare your medically necessary liquids, present the clear bag, and let the belt roll. Okay, this is a big one that trips up a lot of people. TSA's own websites say that pills don't technically to be labeled, but here's the real-world catch. If a screener can't identify a tablet in 3 seconds flat, they're going to call a supervisor. Multiply that by 50 different tablets in an unorganized pill planner on a Monday morning rush at O'Hare, and you just missed your connection. Not worth it. A solid strategy is this: keep any controlled drugs, think Adderall, Tramadol, or anything that says maybe habit-forming on the label, in their original pharmacy vial. Make sure the label is facing up, clear as day. Vitamins and daily supplements can go into the weekly planner. Why? Because with labeled vials, it's one quick glance, no questions, and you keep moving. With a mystery pill, you're inviting a conversation you don't want to have when you're trying to catch a flight. It's about minimizing friction. This section is your secret weapon. You need to print 3 things. First, your prescription summary from the pharmacy, the detailed printout that lists all your meds. Second, a 1-sentence doctor's letter on official letterhead stating, "Patient, your name requires these medications for a chronic condition." And third, a neat 1-page list of every drug you're carrying, its dose, and its generic name. Staple them together, fold them once, and keep them in the same plastic sleeve as your passport. This packet is your shield. Hand it over the moment an officer swabs a bottle or asks a question. Half the time, the officer will just wave you past because they see you're prepared. But the day they do need it, you'll look like the most organized traveler they'll see all shift. It builds immediate trust and often bypasses deeper scrutiny. This is where things get really serious, because what's perfectly legal in the US means nothing once you clear customs in another country. It's a whole new ballgame. For example, Adderall is outright banned in Japan. Pseudoephedrine, a common decongestant, can land you in jail in Mexico. And Dubai counts tramadol as a narcotic with zero tolerance. These aren't minor inconveniences. They are potential life-altering situations. Before you pack, you must Google the official embassy website for your destination country and look for their medication guidelines. Print out any relevant forms and pack them with your documentation packet. If that country says prohibited, then leave it home. Talk to your doctor about a temporary legal alternative. Keep a PDF of every relevant rule on your phone, available in airplane mode. Do your homework. For those who need to keep meds cool, listen up. Gel ice packs are allowed, but only if they are frozen solid when you hit the belt. If it's even a little slushy, TSA treats it as a liquid and will toss it. A good practice is to freeze two, slipping one into a vacuum-insulated sleeve. That can stay rock solid for hours. The second is a backup. If you have needles, lancets, or EpiPens, you absolutely must declare them. Keep them in the same clear pouch with the medications they support. A pro tip, put a bright orange medical supplies, no-touch sticker on that pouch. Screeners appreciate the heads up as it tells them exactly what's inside and that it needs to be handled with care. This is where you can inadvertently raise a huge red flag. Quantities. Anything over a 90-day supply can suggest intent to distribute, even if it's just cheap generics. TSA isn't customs, but large quantities can trigger suspicion. If you have a 90-day bottle, split it into two clearly labeled 30-day vials. Leave the rest at home. If you're genuinely relocating or going on an extended trip, ship the balance via a tracked insured service like UPS or FedEx to your destination. This way, you're not carrying an amount that could be misinterpreted, and your essential medications are waiting for you safely. It's a smart move that keeps you out of trouble. Let's talk about those moments under the microscope. Unlabeled pills, combined with a wad of cash, plus nervous body language. That's a recipe for secondary screening. When you're at the checkpoint, take your earbuds out. Make eye contact with the officer. Answer their questions in short, clear sentences. If they do pull you aside for additional screening, remember this: you have the right to request a private screening. Do it, especially if the line is backing up. 5 extra minutes behind a curtain beats a public pill parade any day. It maintains your privacy and allows you to calmly address any concerns without the pressure of an audience. Traveling with toddlers? The rules are more flexible. TSA allows formula and liquid meds over the limit for them. The trick is to pack the dosing syringe the bottle so they clearly match. This helps screeners quickly verify its medical use. For seniors, especially those with heart conditions, keep nitroglycerin in its original glass bottle. It's small enough to drop into a pocket. And this is crucial. Remind senior travelers that TSA can legally ask them to open their daily pill planner. If they refuse, TSA open it for them. It's better to carry duplicates in labeled blister packs or have original pharmacy vials to save everyone stress. So you've done everything right, but an agent insists on confiscation. Stay calm. Your first step is to politely ask for a transportation security manager. They're in the blue shirt with the silver badge. Show them your TSA CARES confirmation and your documentation packet. Explain the situation calmly. If the manager upholds the call, you can either abandon the item or exit the line and rebook your flight. After the fact, you can file a claim on TSA's website. People have successfully recovered items by mail within weeks using this process. The 15-minute form is worth it to get your essential medication back. Know your options. If these tips save just one pill from the bin, hit that like button so YouTube shows this to the next traveler who's panicking at gate C12. Spread the knowledge. This is about efficiency. Here's a smart packing order for your personal item. Bottom of the backpack, chargers and a light sweater. Middle section, the clear quart bag with your liquids, your documentation sleeve, and your ice pack sleeve for easy access. Top of the bag, your everyday pill planner with tonight's and tomorrow's doses. This way, when the belt backs up, you just unzip one pocket, pull out that clear bag, toss it in the bin, and you're done. Shoes off, laptop out, meds declared. Total time, 90 seconds flat. This method will get you through faster than the person with just a water bottle. It's all about anticipatory packing. Let's bust some common myths. Myth number 1. TSA can't touch prescriptions. Truth. They absolutely can, and if they can't identify them. An unidentified substance is a security risk. Myth number 2. Domestic flights don't check labels. Truth. Las Vegas and Orlando now run spot label audits on every single shift. Don't assume you're safe just because it's a domestic flight. Myth number 3. Generic pills look the same everywhere. Truth. Indian-manufactured lorazepam can be bright purple, while the US version is often white. If your pill color doesn't match the label's description, you're going to have a problem. Always bring the label that matches your specific pill. You made it! But don't just shove everything back in your bag. Once you're through the checkpoint, find a quiet corner or a family restroom. There, carefully count every single pill, vial, and piece of documentation. Then snap a quick photo of everything back in its place. Why? Because if anything missing, you can walk straight back to the TSA desk while everything is still fresh. After takeoff, set your phone alarms for your time zone. Start adjusting immediately to give your body a fighting chance against jet lag. Drop your next destination in the comments below. Let's crowdsource the rules for every airport on Earth. And while you're typing, tap that subscribe button. This channel posts airport survival hacks weekly. You don't want to miss them. Alright travelers, let's wrap this up. 2025 is the strictest medication enforcement cycle TSA has ever rolled out. Period. Documentation, liquid declarations, and keeping pills in original or clearly labeled bottles matter more than ever before. To recap, keep in your personal item, declare medically necessary liquids early and clearly, carry that comprehensive paperwork packet, and research international law as your wheels go up. Do those 4 things consistently, and you'll join the Zero Confiscation Club. You'll navigate security like a pro, with confidence and without a single hiccup. Safe flight, healthy landing, and see you in the next video. Thanks for watching. Subscribe for weekly airport insider tips.